Frank is seen walking towards the road. Suddenly, his phone rings. Someone on the phone warns Frank not to continue his journey because it is dangerous for him. Frank fails to understand him and decides to hang up. Soon he reaches the road and stops the tuk-tuk. He tells the driver that he is going to Dabanga. The driver hesitates a bit, and finally he agrees with Frank. When they reached the middle of the nearby forest and the ramp, the tuk-tuk suddenly turns off. The driver gets out and finds out that the fuel has run out. Frank is angry at the carelessness of the driver. Frank decides to take the decision to walk because there are a few kilometers left to reach the village of Dabanga. The driver directs Frank to the shortcut road, which people have stopped using because it is full of juggling. Frank ignores it and decides to follow that path. When he was walking suddenly, he heard a voice calling Frank. Frank was shocked when it called a second time, and Frank decided to run. After a while, Frank found himself in the middle of the forest. While there's someone or a creature staring at him from behind a tree. Then suddenly, a scream was heard as if someone had been attacked. Frank ran without delay, fidgeting. He finally stopped tired, and then he noticed the envelope he dropped when he ran. Then he realized he had run and returned to the same place. When he was there, he felt that someone was coming. When Frank moved to the side to hide, he saw someone was coming. He was surprised to see someone who looked like him had appeared. Frank looks at him from behind the tree. But strangely, behind him, someone like him sneaks up behind him and attacks him in the back of the head. Frank screams and falls to the ground, and unconsciously, he faints. After a few minutes, Frank wakes up and picks up a piece of wood and angrily starts to hunt the person who attacked him. Frank manages to see the man who looks like him. Frank decides to stalk him and attack. The man in the back of the head. The man falls to the ground. Frank examines him carefully, and that he sees another man who looks like him running in the forest. Frank is surprised and decides to leave. And this is our first part. Don't miss to watch the second part.